Welcome to No Flips, Just Mics, episode 11. This is CONQUEST's weekly wrestling podcast in which we jump into all the latest in the wrestling world and hopefully entertain you along the way with our shenanigans. I am Rhys Baldwin, my co-host Eric Hart.
Hey.
Now, we've got a little bit of a shorter show for two reasons. So we've got the predictions to talk about. That'll take up a bit of a chunk of time. And I've got a bit of a tickly throat, so I don't want to be coughing down the mic for the entire show. So,
that's fair.
Topic 1. It's all about promos.
Promos,
and,
baby.
You know, who are the best talkers? Who are the worst talkers? What's the importance of a good promo? And why sometimes go a bit too far just doesn't work.
Yeah.
If you have to go too far to elicit a response from the crowd, then you're doing something wrong.
Yeah, it can vary between people, really, can't it?
So let's start off with a good one. Why not? Start off good. Have a little bit of a poo sandwich. Miz, fantastic talker, one of the best at the moment.
Yeah, probably
consistently.
probably the finest talker. Well, at least one of the best.
For the past few years, he has been consistent.
Especially
he can deliver those passionate.
The last couple of years, or even the last year or so, and he's just really every time he does the promo, he just does it.
Yeah.
Wow, and obviously the popular thing at the moment is that kind of fourth wall self-awareness, and he obviously incorporates that, and he makes it seamless. He really makes it work nicely, and he gets the response from it because his talking does get your attention, and he does have that charisma that keeps you
Well,
I'm really invested in it, and
he captures the crowd, no matter whether they're going to be booing or cheering him. They respond to him.
It's the whole when my hand goes up, your mouth goes shut.
It's great.
It's great. It's a lovely heel response to just getting people to shout down, and it really works. And yeah, he's definitely one of them.
Like Miz TV, I'm the Miz, and welcome to, and the crowd go Miz TV, and it's that's amazing. He's heel, and he's just getting this sort of response.
Yeah, he's been doing well.
Heyman gets that response, with his.
Well, Heyman's got his own. Yeah, he's got his
my name is Paul Heyman. I'm the advocate.
Like Heyman's
defending.
He's another really good talker. Sometimes he can be
fantastic.
I think sometimes he can be a bit too repetitive at certain times, where you're just you're covering the same ground as usual.
Yeah, repeating some of the same. Sometimes the same words.
Oh yeah.
But more often not is the same kind of outlines. Yes, we get he's a conqueror. How many other words can you think of for conqueror?
Cross fine, but he's he's still
hyping. He's hyping the beast.
There are just times where sometimes he can be a bit repetitive, but when he's on the ball, he's on the ball. There's nothing like it.
So Miz, Heyman. I'm just trying to think of really good, clean. Like Cena. We know he can talk.
Cena's a variable depending on what mode he's in. If he's in patriotic Cena mode, I fucking hate him. I think it's because it gets really it's just really boring and
cliche
and just and cringy in some ways. Just but when he's on the ball, with the whole when he's how he is with Reigns, or how he was with The Rock,
just a bit. Smart, funny, and
because sometimes his jokey side can be a bit a bit overbearing or doesn't quite work. But when he's in serious mode, usually when he's in a more serious kind of mode of mind, he can really deliver well with it. And it's and someone else has had a really good promo this year. I'm trying to think who it is, and I'm really it's really stumping me.
Ziggler, Owens, Styles, Enzo.
Owens is good when he wants to be.
Yeah, I like Owens' promos.
Owens got good stuff.
Styles, I like his stuff.
He's alright. Some of his accent gets in the way of things.
Yeah.
But they can't help that as his accent.
No.
And
the Usos. their goal at the moment. Their promos are on point. The way when they're doing this whole back and forth with each other, and then just making fun of their opponents or whatever. It's like, you're going to go back home to your hotel, probably a 3-star. You're going to get some ice cream, probably chocolate chip. And it's like, oh, love it.
You know, it's like New Day's always got good promos. I
Yeah.
mean, they'd have a bit of a slump where I was getting this shtick is a bit,
Yeah.
But then, like, when they're on form, they're like, yeah, this is really good stuff.
Yeah.
Really like delivering.
What about women talent?
Best woman talker from I think is Alexa Bliss.
Bliss definitely up there.
When she's got the right subject, because there are times when it's not.
It's not a like 100%.
No, this is your life, but when it's like
what are the worst rated segments in Raw or something?
No, I can see why it was abysmal. but she's very clear and very like well spoken with the words, and everything comes across well. And I get really
she comes across as a complete.
Like everyone else has like
itch.
A lot of other ones have like really, I find, kind of maybe stumble a bit. Like Banks is really stumbly. She sometimes messes up words, and Bailey can be stumbly with things.
Bailey's just very.
And like.
It just feels like she's just talking half the time.
Yeah.
It's like, well, you know, I want to go to the pay-per-view and I want Alexa Bliss. I'm ready to go extreme. And
sometimes Banks is a bit inaudible. She's like, oh, but yeah, alright. And like it's very because she's not pronouncing things fully, and sometimes it gets like a bit.
Yeah, I think that might just be a speech thing anyway. I don't know.
Maybe I just it's.
Charlotte, good
Charlotte's
promos
got a good one
overall. Natalia lately has been not so much like Natalia as a wrestling.
Natalia can sometimes, some of the
promos not so much. Did you watch the ones from SmackDown? Actually, it might just be the material they're giving her, because like they were calling her a crazy cat lady, and she was like, "Oh, I'm not a crazy cat lady," blah blah. And it's like, really?
yeah. Sometimes it is just down to subject and like the execution of words isn't actually all that great. Like Tamina's really like struggles a lot.
Yeah, she just talks.
Like she can't do the.
And now she's got a lot of talking for her.
She does the repetitive thing, which was really.
Yeah. Was it Naomi? I think Naomi's come a lot better.
Naomi's another one where she'll like some, because it's the use of like language and different words, and so sometimes when it's kind of like it's not clear. There's a bit of a like
replacing certain words with other things. I'm like, wait, what?
It's like using like colloquialisms, and it's just like
I'm gonna snatch your balls. What? I don't know what that means.
Exactly.
I can guess, but
it's just like things like that. And I mean, Becky's good when she's passionate as well. She does some nice backstage interviews, and
I prefer. Like there's some. It's very 50-50 with a lot of them, where if they're doing these passionate promos, I can get behind it. But sometimes it just feels like they're talking, or they're just like trying to be funny and they're not.
It's like
it's weird.
Sometimes Ziggler's a good example, because he can be good sometimes, and then other I think the past year though he gets very repetitive with his words, or it's to do with his character more than anything. Like his character's like in this like rut and then he kind of things, and like the currently what he's doing now, I'm just like. I thought they were going to do something interesting with it. It's just him coming up to entrances and then being like,
it's a bit
cringy.
You know what?
It's like really awkward, and it's just like,
So we've given a few good examples. Now, the one that we both have sort of thought about is Jinder Mahal. Now, I haven't over the past summer, since he became champion, his matches haven't really inspired me. There's been one or two decent ones, but nothing. His feud with Roman went a lot better than I ever expected it to.
Yeah,
definitely.
That was the big thing for me. And then I thought.
And then his promos.
The whole general xenophobic thing was like, okay, this is okay. He was putting it across well, but it was still like, I've seen this before. and now they've made him do the whole racism
now
card, and it's appalling, and it's just not a good way. It's not hyping anything. I've heard that I don't know if they did that in the end, but I heard that they did not upload a highlight of it to YouTube.
Right.
Which they usually do straight after.
I think the crowd chanted.
That's too far. Yeah. When you've got a crowd chanting, that's too far. You know that
Like,
it's not good. It's not good heat. It's like it's just bad. It's just bad.
I'm all about. No.
Heels getting reaction.
Heels getting over. I'm all about. Sort of it's a performance, it's acting, it's this and that. And I'm very much of the opinion people get too offended nowadays. But even I'm like, that doesn't work. Is in a bit bad taste.
Yeah, and it's not even just like the two of the offensive. It's just like the whole thing is just bad. Like even just the way it's done. Like the whole look at his facial expression. This is him angry. This is him thing. I'm just like what is?
He should
what
be.
Is this like? You're not.
Coming from my point of view, how I would write him and Shinsuke, he should be trying to get Shinsuke to realise the Americans are the ones being racist. Like, he shouldn't... Like,
no, that's why I agree.
He says he's being targeted and now he's targeting someone else. It just makes no sense to me. He should be like, no, why are you doing all this for the people? Why are you trying to get them to chant along? They're just, these American people who, they... whatever to us.
They only care about themselves as they kind of.
Yeah, but
and like I agree, but something like that is how
it's like, so you're basically becoming the very thing you hate.
And it's like because like I said, there are ways to go about handling that kind of, or something a bit darker with subject matter. Like, look at a couple of weeks back when Owens did a Squire and told Shane. You should have died if you have kids.
Yeah.
Like that, something like that is like very like it's very like on the edge, but it worked like because I don't know, it just worked. It was the way it done worked for me. Like it got,
sometimes it depends who the superstars
it the reaction and it got the right thing about it. But sometimes it is like you've got to be careful and watch what you're doing.
If you remember. A few years ago, the Bella twins. I wish you died in the womb.
Oh, see, that's because
that's when it kind of didn't work.
Best talkers. See, what's the thing? Owens is a good talker. Owens got across in a very mean way that just like was very like, whoa, man, like. And then obviously Shane attacked him, so it was a nice way for him to just like provoke him, and
definitely.
It's again, a lot of the time it's down to execution.
Yeah, that's the thing as well. It was needed there. They needed to give Shane a reason to actually
exactly. That's
get involved because
too far.
he's the commissioner. He's not meant to be putting his hands on people. It needs to be something strong and powerful for him to snap.
And obviously, they agreed to that kind of. Obviously they wouldn't have done it if they didn't think it was fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I know WWE have crossed boundaries and done things when
there's been a few questionable ones.
Or they haven't asked the family or something, and like, but you should. It's it's interesting really because obviously like promo, like I said, I mentioned I was explaining to you earlier. I said promos have evolved a lot since before, and now people kind of want this very like the self-aware stuff seems to always come across well, even though it's not necessarily like
like Miz, he's been breaking that. He's like when he was doing the whole Daniel Bryan stuff, he was bringing the real world like
that stuff was just top notch. The Table Talk was a great show.
Talking smack.
I think it's awful that they.
I quite enjoyed watching it. It was a good way to start
it because it did. It helped.
Stories.
It launched
and
pretty much launched the Miz Ziggler feud, and it launched other things, and it really helped a lot of people. And it was just something people would tune into because it felt like very like almost like people shooting kind of thing. Because everyone tried to be like, oh god, he's shooting. He's like this.
Yeah, to be fair, it did have that kind of vibe.
It felt that's why it worked
like
so well.
It was no sort of, there was no like filter. It was very them talking as themselves. Like when they would have a lot of the heels on, and the heels were just kind of talking like faces.
Exactly.
And it was like,
well, you have this
wait,
kind
what?
of like, you know, because of this rise in popularity of things like MMA, people to connect more to something that feels more real.
Yeah.
And say when back then when they had the really over the top, you know, from the 80s to even to the Attitude Era, when it was all very like over the top, you know, cartoony, very like, you know, it's different times, different eras, and it kind of like people prefer it when. This is why people like Miz and stuff work as talkers, because they can get that real thing,
Yeah.
and it doesn't sound exaggerated or you know, just like fake, which is like I said, that sometimes I've seen it can sometimes come across, and that's trying to think if someone else is like that, and kind of just fails because they I kind of lack that thing. I can't think.
Yeah. But Reigns lately has been...
Reigns took, like I said,
hit
on
or miss.
Monday, I think when they had Cena out of the way, he put on one of the best promos he's done. That really, it came across well. He got his point across well. There was no one there to struck him down. He sounded confident, which is what sometimes he doesn't sound so confident, or he misses words, or he forgets stuff. And like,
yeah, the missing words thing has happened a fair bit. Always like you can
Things
kind of
quiet.
tell he's maybe forgotten something, so he's just stalling and sort of looking round, waiting for the crowd to react. But I think one of the best promos he's ever done was after he beat the Undertaker.
Oh,
and that was mainly to do with the crowd sort of stopping him from talking. They just kept going.
Yeah, sometimes you just need something simple.
This is
like
my
that.
yard now, and I marked. But
you know, sometimes people's promos can become, especially I think the biggest issue maybe is to do with like face promos. Like a lot of
trying to get a face over
really struggle
is
because
tough.
when you've got like a great heel talker like Miz, he'll completely, you know, deconstruct the face, and the face can't really back up or have a good thing apart from
because you can't be
being like, well, I'm better than you, or at least I'm good, at least I'm like,
because that's the thing. When it's easy for, well, I say it's easy, it's more easy for a heel to get over than a face. It's just common sense, because all you gotta do is just, you know, low blow someone, you know, do a few naughty things, and then you're over as a heel, or at least you get that heel response. As a face, you've got to try and get the crowd to like you.
Because the problem is, a lot of what they do with a lot of faces is they'll have them just make jokes or make stupid jokes about everything, and everything's just like a joke, and it kind of like
Enzo, New Day.
It's I mean, everyone really, like Cena does it.
Cena.
Reigns did it at one point.
Suffering succotash.
Yeah, see, like stuff like that. Or exactly my point. And it's not even good joking. It's like really like just poor, like usually old, outdated pop cultural references.
Yes.
And just like
Vince.
Rollins is bad with this. Rollins will make jokey things. I think I think someone mentioned on Raw like Cesaro and Sheamus were trying to get across that they were original, and then Rollins came out and said they were like a mix between Braveheart and something else. And like it was like
so it didn't really hit home with me. I was like, wait, what?
Like Rollins is like someone who's, I think, he got like a weird
better heel
way about him. Oh yeah, he definitely worked better as
a good passionate face, but otherwise
it's
hit or miss.
It's the problem. Like they just, like I said, they treat the faces usually just have, let's make a joke, and it's really cheesy joke, and it's like, hey, that's just like, I don't think they know how to, or they need to really try and integrate another way to get the faces to talk.
Definitely.
You know, to really get them over. So, but
yeah,
you know, that's where we're at the moment in terms of like promo stuff. You know.
Any others? Any examples? No.
No, I can't really think of anything, to be honest.
Right.
So
that will end topic 1. This is the high spot segment, and high spot segment means we look at all the different highlights throughout the week: Raw, SmackDown, NXT, 205 Live, wherever we feel is actually worthy.
What was the highlight?
Or, you know,
The
just what was good.
What did we enjoy this week?
So from Raw, I thought the three-way tag match, Club, the Bar, and the Shield. The Club, the Bar, and the Shield. Three weapons, kind of. The Shield, kind of a weapon.
Sounds like a joke.
But yeah, I thought it was a really solid triple threat tag match. Crowd definitely loved it. They got involved. It's baffling how the Club are not in the tag title match at No Mercy, considering the amount of like
guys again.
The amount of input and involvement they've had so far between those teams.
It is a very odd thing.
But they're showing where they should be in there. You know, I say they're keeping up. They don't have to keep up. We know they can go. The club are a solid, world-renowned fucking team.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, good match. The Braun and Brock segment then. I felt... Stuff. I was like, oh, Braun promo, Brock promo, is this going to work? Obviously then, Heyman picked up most of Brock's slack. Braun, once again, showing, you know, he can sort of... he can deliver a sort of a monster promo.
He's a good monster. Like I said, he works as that monster kind of.
He is a monster talker. So he just needs to, I'm big, I'm bad, I'm the big bad wolf.
It ended really nicely as well with Lesnar again, like close to the camera and just being like...
When Lesnar started talking, I was like, yes, I'm listening.
Shit, being serious now.
And he sort of done the whole, you know, move out the camera, move back in, and you just knew what he was going to say. Suplex City, itch. They've hyped this really well. They've really just hyped Braun. They've kind of hyped it as Braun is going to win the match, like in the sense that they just made him look stronger.
They have made it, which is also like a,
sometimes
could also be like you've made it so believable that you're like, nah, Lesnar's still keeping it serious. But no, that was really good promo.
They've hyped it in a way that it's
tough
for me to predict. 50-50. It's tough. I don't know. I mean, I can see Braun as champion now, but Lesnar. If I went with my heart, I say Lesnar because I do like Lesnar as champ. He brings this sort of legitimacy / just want to watch every time his music goes off. I'm there. I'm front and center. I want to be suplexed. Braun, he's growing on me. Definitely growing on me. The promo's good. Heyman, once again, he's doing his whole shtick. Lesnar with a powerful message at the end. Ready for this Sunday. SmackDown then, women's 4-way. I didn't watch it fully, or I saw some of the highlights and the ending, which was just very... typical.
One of the things they always have with their multi-women is like they are this sudden end finish, which is like, oh, that's it, and it is anticlimactic.
Yeah, because
they usually like win with like a move that they. I mean, I know Charlotte's won with a boot before.
Yeah, Charlotte's big boot. They've never built it as a finisher, but she's won a few times with that.
I think she won.
So it's like they need to get across. Is it a finisher?
Because or not? It's like she does.
Otherwise, it makes the other people look weak.
Yeah, because she does the what's the flip called?
Natural selection.
Natural selection, and then she's got a figure eight. So it's like sometimes that boot just comes in.
I like it. Love the boots.
No, it does.
Like
it's a good
it
boot.
works because
she's got long legs.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. I just didn't. I was just trying to think. Is there another way to word it?
You get the power behind it because she's got legs.
Yeah, it's the extension then as well.
Yeah, exactly. So she can. It's viable.
It looks hard hitting. It looks finish worthy.
It's
what was it? Lana pulled Naomi off. Naomi gave Lana a super kick, or no, overhead kick. Naomi jumped up on the apron. Tamina gave her a super kick. Tamina was in the ring, took a big boot. 1, 2, 3, and it was, I think 1 or 2 of the kicks was a bit hit or miss.
No, yeah, that's.
I didn't see what happened to Becky Lynch at the end, so.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty good.
But from what I saw, highlight wise, it was solid.
And
It was
the crowd, they got the crowd chatting.
Yeah.
Which was good.
Aiden English, like,
Had
I thought it would be a just plain squash match, like an RKO done
they kept
type
it
deal.
quite competitive, fair play.
It was competitive. Aiden English, I thought, had a decent chance. I was like, the way they were going, I was like, oh, they're gonna have an Orton English feud going on, yeah, because English done the backdrop onto the table on Orton. I was like, what? No one ever does that to Orton.
Actually, that just reminded me. I actually really liked what they did with him and Rusev. With Rusev winning suddenly. And
Yeah.
I was like, okay, yeah, I still don't agree with it happening at SummerSlam, but you've
Redemption.
I do like that he got that quick win with him.
Yeah, got that quick win. Granted, it was after another match. He just had,
But,
so
it
it makes
heel, so of course
makes
he
it a
would do
little
that.
bit thing. But I'm hoping now they can
They'll have a more
push
competitive match
Rusev's
now,
momentum
so-
a bit more forward.
Yeah, it's a good start for him.
205 Live, we had the Enzo Neville segment. Neville just once again showing him as a heel is the way to go. His face stuff was never really
Yeah, I never thought he'd cut a good promo.
connected.
I never
but,
thought he would, and then
as a heel,
he's
wow.
like I said, he's been outstanding, one of the most
Like,
outstanding.
It is
They
tough.
should actually, considering.
It's tough for people with a different accent to get over, just in general, because people just can't sometimes connect.
And
They're
sometimes you
hearing
just-
words wrong.
I remember when he was singing, it's like he, as that face, he lacked the charisma as well.
Yeah,
Like it's good if you've got the accent. If you've got a weird accent, you need the charisma to really
yeah.
bring it forward. So I feel like he definitely as
Him as a heel,
brought it across. And
his accent just accentuates on he's cocky and arrogant and
it's not as
pompous.
heavy anymore as well. I find so it's more because I thought it was a
don't
lot
mind.
heavier beforehand, and now it's more.
I'd have to do a comparison, but
I remember
think it's quite heavy the way
I think it's
he
not
says certain words.
obviously, but I think it's not as he's kind of dialed back a bit.
Yeah,
So that's how.
I suppose after a few years in the
America,
States.
you
Any other highlights throughout the week? Like NXT had
the tag match.
the tag match,
Good.
the Mustache Mountain versus the Undisputed, or whatever they call in themselves. I don't know.
Well, I just know him as Red Dragon, so I'll just call him
Red
I
Dragons
think
for
they are
now.
the Undisputed Era, though. So.
It was a decent match. It was a good first showing.
it
It
was
wasn't
good,
nothing amazing, but it was just an NXT show. They're going to save their
Yeah, I thought they did really well.
spicy salsa for a takeover or something. After the match, McIntyre comes out. The
Undisputed Era,
whatever they're called, they go into the crowd. Sanity attack them from behind. They have a little bit of an exchange. Send the other guys packing. It was a good build, and I love group brawls anyway. I don't know what it is. They just get me going.
That's true. They always are a good sign. I think I think Sound. We're probably going to get
Sanity, Red Dragons, and then
Cole and
McIntyre, unless they do the three Undisputed guys against the 3 Sanity. I don't know.
No,
unless they bring in another.
I think if McIntyre's involved,
Undisputed.
they're going to split it off a bit because they can get away with just having Sanity as just a tag team usually, because they might just have them for the tag belts. So
yeah.
Which is what I think is going to happen. Only other thing is I do like how, because obviously Corbin and Styles meant to have that US title match.
Yeah.
And now they got Dillinger involved in the feud, which I really like because it's.
Because they hurt Corbin's leg.
Dillinger, I think, deserves his chances and deserves
Yeah.
to be doing something, and it makes it much more interesting. So
the one thing that so Styles won the US title. He's trying to do this whole US Open Challenge stuff, which I love. When Cena done it, I thought it was Class A, they were making
He had
solid
some really good
matches.
matches in that time.
And it really launched some people into the next sort of level. Styles is doing it now. And yes, he's had, him and Dillinger. I enjoyed, but he's not having these things like these solid 4 or 5-star matches because of all the interference or the different shenanigans going on. I just want him to have these US Open challenges versus Dillinger versus Corbin, because that match could have been halfway decent. Versus Zayn, these first Owens, they were good matches, and just have these sort of solid matches to really build up the US title, because lately it's just been some of the matches have been cut short, or they've just not happened.
I mean, it's understandable.
What's the point of?
I'm kind of glad. In some ways, I'm kind of glad it's a bit different to what Cena was doing. I think we'll see how it goes. I think I'll see how it goes with the feud, really, because that's what he's done. It's just helped make a feud, really. So, so we'll see how it goes from there, really. But I'm happy with him for Dillinger and anything, and Usos New Day. It is happening in Hell in a Cell, but they haven't said Hell in a Cell match, but we know it's going to happen.
It's at Hell in a Cell, and they've
gonna be it. It's going to do it.
They've kind of worded it as it's at Hell in a Cell at the moment. They haven't hinted, but come on, be a Hell in a Cell match.
It can't be a normal singles match. They've had too much of a feud. It's got to be a Hell in a Cell.
Hopefully.
Just for us.
But yeah, that's the highlight story of the week. Anything else you want to
add? I think the only final thing really is I do like is the other thing was to do with Jordan, but I think I'll come up to that with the pay-per-view things. Really.
Pay-per-view analysis, yeah.
So
cool. Time for the Hart Attic. Now this is a little segment we just do crazy shit.
We go outside the realms of WWE. There we go. That's the.
And Eric Hart is your host for this segment, and he's going to read us a nice little story.
There once was a man. He came from Japan. And then he died. Well done. Anyway, So this week I have watched 3 big Japanese shows.
Big, huge.
Massive. They have main title matches on it. The big.
Very good.
So essentially, big shows with big title matches on them.
Yeah.
So we had over the weekend. They had the New Japan had the Destruction in Hiroshima, which could be seen as an inappropriate title.
That is a bit of a.
I mean, last year they had Destruction in Fukushima, so it's fair play to them. Although I think. I remember last year, they did it last year, and Meltzer tweeted out you wanted reports from it, and so people were taking the piss. They're like, I think 300,000 people died, and just so he's like, I want reports of destruction in Hiroshima. And I was like, yeah, that's great. Fair play. But anyway, they had the second Destruction. It is the second, the second Destruction. It was the second of 3 Destruction shows they're doing. This time it was headlined by Zack Sabre Jr. against Hiroshi Tanahashi for the Intercontinental belts.
That sounds awesome.
Really good matchup. I really liked it a lot. I think it was on par with the G1 match. A lot of people I've seen haven't liked it, which I think is interesting. I know there is some Suzuki-gun interference that happens, but it's very minimal.
Right.
It's fine. They also had the junior title match, which had Kushida taking on El Desperado, which...
Does he come out with a bottle of Desperado?
No.
That's a missed opportunity.
He's actually Japanese as well, so he's like a Japanese masked wrestler. His excursion was in Japan, so that's how he became the El Desperado, or Despy as people like to name him. Despy. It was like his first, I think, junior title match, maybe. So, but he did really well, and that was really good. And they had the tag title and junior tag titles online, which was good matches. So I thought it was a pretty solid show. I don't really watch the title matches because I was like, I don't know, some of the multi-man tags. I'm just like,
yeah,
that's thing.
Some filler spots on the card.
So that happened. Then there was Dragon Gate. They had their big show.
I've heard of that one.
Dangerous Gate, it was called. The Dangerous Gate pay-per-view.
Hardcore? No?
Kind of, actually.
Yeah.
One match kind of did. Usually they're not very hardcore, but this was special for a variety of reasons. It had a team disband match. Now, if you're unaware, Dragon Gate are usually made up of factions. They always have different factions.
Yeah.
Like much like New Japan has, they have their own different factions. And every now and again they'll have a faction disband match, or they'll have this big.
Right.
I think they've had this big long tournament on the way. That's been going on, where basically they've had all the factions against each other, and eventually, like I think the final two people who've been losing get stuck in this disband match.
Yeah.
So it's something along them lines. And so they had this, they did make it no DQ, which they haven't before, but they made this one a no disqualification. So it was Berserk versus, who were kind of like a heel kind of faction.
Yeah.
And then you've got the other faction, which is known as Jimmy's.
Jimmy's.
Where all of their names are prefixed by the word Jimmy. So like Kagatora is Jimmy Kagatora, or Susumu Yokosuka is Jimmy Susumu. Which it all stemmed from them losing a match of like they've been around for 6 years, Jimmy's have.
Wow.
And the theme music is literally "We are Jimmy's, oi oi oi, we are Jimmy's." Oi,
Is Jimmy Wang Yang part of it?
Sadly not.
No.
But it happened 6 years ago when they I think two people lost a match where they had to change their names, so that's when the whole Jimmy thing started.
Right, okay.
So they've been around for 6 years. They did lose and had to disband. It was very emotional. They got fair play to them. They really got across that kind of like sadness, like they were crying, like
Good.
they were like sad about breaking up.
Well, that's the thing.
You've
6
been
years
6
together.
Exactly. It's a tough thing, but it's something they do. And it was absolutely chaotic. The match, it was elimination, so it's 5-on-5 elimination.
Love that.
And was it 6-on-6? Either way, it was elimination. No DQ. Now when I say no DQ, everything was covered in barbed wire. And I'm talking, they had barbed wire boards. They had a table that had barbed wire wrapped in the centre. Someone got pile driver through there. They had a chair covered in barbed wire, a baseball bat covered in barbed wire, and a rubber band covered in barbed wire.
A rubber band.
They had one of the teams had one of the things they use. For some reason, factions have each faction usually has their own little weapon. So like there's like the blue box or the red box, and then I think one of them that uses just like a rubber band to snap people. And this one had barbed wire on it, so they used that.
Oh wow.
But that was a really like chaotic, fun match. I really enjoyed it. And then the other highlight of that was the main event. They had the Open the Dreamgate title on the line. That's their main belt.
Right.
Really interesting thing with their belts, because their belt has like a lock on it, and inside the lock is like the name of the champion.
Oh,
and
nice.
what a challenger has a key, and if he wins, he gets to unlock it and put his name in, and then.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
If they lose, the champion gets to keep the key and like hang it as like a trophy on the belt. So it's like really. Like,
so after each defense, does he get like a mass key?
Yeah. So basically,
What?
Yamato, who is the current champion, he had held this belt for, I think, over 400 days now. So he'd amassed a good amount.
Oh,
so his challenger was Masaki Mochizuki, who he's a veteran. He's 47 years of age, right? So he's been in the game a while. So it's going to be he basically went and said, this is probably going to be my last time I'm going to challenge for this belt. And he won! And he beat the thing, and it was a really nice feel-good movie. And fair play, 47 years old, this man is incredible. He doesn't. When you look at him and the way he wrestles, you just don't think he's that old.
He's
like
still
30.
got years left in him.
He looks like 30 because he still delivers them kicks. He still does like the athleticism. He still can keep up. He still looks great. Yeah. For a 47-year-old, fair play to him.
Nice.
And so that was really good. But although because I haven't been watching Dragon Gate as much, I feel like my investment in it wasn't
Yeah.
They're all there, so some of the drama didn't.
I'm so
come
far
through.
invested in that belt idea.
Oh, the belt, yeah,
I
because they
love
got
that
that,
idea.
and they got the Open the Brave Gate, which is similar. And I think all of the belts have like a similar thing because it's all about opening gates. So
Yeah.
it's it's really great concept with that, which I actually only learned about properly with the weekend myself because I
Yeah.
always was wondering about the locks, and then someone mentioned it during the stream I was watching. So, but really, but yeah, I definitely recommend the Chaotic Disband match. I really enjoyed that. It's currently on the Real Hero Archive, so everyone can go check that out. And then finally, I watched the Wrestle One there's a promotion called Wrestle One, which is run by Kaiji Muto. It's his
Right.
current promotion. They had a big show earlier in the month in Yokohama called Pro Wrestling Love in Yokohama. I only watched it because there was a 6-man on the actual show, which involved, I think it was Muto himself, Marufuji from Noah, Shingo from Dragon Gate, Tatsumi Fujinami, and then like 2 other like Great Mucha, who's some like indie dude, and like some other indie dude, and it's like the oddest lineup for 6-man I've seen. I thought, how did this come together? So I had to go watch it because I mainly want to see Marufuji and Shingo go at it because it's really interesting. Like Muto's like 54 now and his knees are dead, so I don't know how he's going. But then again, Fujinami's 64 and he's still going all right for his age. So
crazy.
Fair play to them. You know,
The longevity there in some Japanese wrestlers is outstanding.
Oh, it is.
But you can see that, like, I imagine if you go to their dojos and their wrestling academies, you can see why. Because from what I've seen, like, I haven't seen it firsthand or anything, but what I've sort of like read through and watched some videos of, it's tough down there. Like, they are some of the toughest academies.
I always see the whole roll into the bridge, roll out of the bridge onto the feet.
Yeah.
And people, I've seen people just do that in succession. I'm just like, that's some.
My neck couldn't take
that's
that.
some neck strength here. But Muto is surprising because, like I said, his knees are fucked. Like his knees are just dead, and you can tell
they are non-existent.
You can tell he sometimes limps, and he's very like not the most mobile people. He still hits a Shining Wizard though, like his own like
nice
old man Shining Wizard. I think he had a moonsault the other month.
Old man Shining Wizard.
The old Shining Wizard. That was my main reason to watch it, and to be honest, I'm really glad I checked it out in the end because it was a really enjoyable show. Like, they had the tag title match. It's the second time I've seen this tag team. They're called New Era. They're like they haven't been around, you know, they've only wrestled a few years.
Yeah.
A really impressive tag team. They were up against Kaz Hayashi and Tsuji Kondo, who are more veterans. I already knew them. And then the main event was the Wrestle One title. It was Shotaro Ashino versus Juryo Toshio. I'm going to double check this. You can tell I'm not very familiar with him.
Yeah.
Did I get that right? Jiro Kushio. Jiro Kushio.
Right.
There we go. Now, I saw the match time before the match started, and it was 36 minutes. And I'm like,
right.
36-minute match. This could go, like, I don't know how this is going to go.
Yeah, like sometimes they can be epic, sometimes they can be a bit too just.
And
long.
fair play to them, they won me over. They used their time really well.
Yeah.
Like, they took their time with some mat crap in the beginning, but by the end they had like a lot of like dramatic near falls, and they were just really 36 minutes. It didn't feel like 36 minutes, which is always great when you get that kind of thing. And they bust out some big moves. I know Toshio did a moonsault off the balcony, which was impressive, and like. I'm really glad I checked it out because it ended up being a really great match.
Yeah.
So I was like, definitely like.
It's nice when that happens. I like the longer matches, like when it calls for it. Sometimes they can be a bit. There's a lot of dead air, but I like those sort of, you know, when it comes to these sort of dramatic near falls, you know, then they visibly sort of like like they're worn, they're tired. Like obviously they're selling, but you know.
Well, it's like Ashino. He basically give Toshio. He's had this title for a while now, and he give Toshio kept kicking out of everything, and eventually just got him an alcohol lock.
Yeah. And
he wouldn't let him escape, and then put in a grapevine, and that's when he's like tapped.
Nice.
So it was a fair play to him for because, like I said, when you see a long match and involves people you don't really know,
Yeah.
you do have a reluctance, but when they actually deliver, I'm just like, I can't fault you for that. Well done, like fair play. And like I said, I definitely recommend that in the tag title match. But so that's pretty much what I've watched. A lot of good stuff going on, especially Dragon Gate. The Dragon Gate one had a lot of memorable stuff going on.
Nice.
So I think this weekend there's an All Japan show. They got a tournament final, like the Royal Road tournament.
Right.
And then New Japan got their Final Destruction show, which is headlined by Kenny Omega versus Juice Robinson for the United States title, which is big because this is an 8,000-seater venue, and it's Kenny headlining with someone like Juice is someone who's, like I said, he's only really started coming up in the ranks. So it'll be interesting to see if how well they draw with that, because it could be great if they get a sellout. So, but I'm really looking forward to watching. I think it should be a great matchup. So
nice.
But that's it. I'm quite stacked hard, but
any did you review any of those shows
or
matches?
The rest I didn't do Destruction here, so I kind of skimmed over it. But I did do both the Wrestle One and Dangerous Gate. Did do reviews for. They're up on blazingheart.wordpress.com, my little wrestling blog. So you can check them out and see what my thoughts are, essentially. So
Sorted. So that was the Hard Attic. Okay, topic 2 now, and final topic is all about WWE No Mercy 2017 and our predictions for it.
No Mercy.
There are 7 matches, and we've got one wildcard prediction to run through. Let's dive in.
Dive head first.
Gonna go from the kind of the openers to the main events.
Card up to the top.
The wildcard prediction first. So Asuka has been hyped. She's coming to Raw. No Mercy.
Really nice hype promos going on.
After a Fatal 5-Way would be a good opportunity for her to come out,
kill everyone and leave.
Kill everyone.
Kick everyone's head.
And just show that she's got one of my favourite lines, taglines of anyone. No one is ready for Asuka. I love that. Absolutely love it. And it works in this multi-person situation, because if she comes out, starts doing a little bit of stuff, and then it's like no one's ready, it's like no one is ready. They're all down, you're standing. Perfect opportunity. I'm going to say yes. She is definitely there on Sunday.
I'm going to agree, because I definitely think it's a great opportunity for them to do that. So Asuka, come on, show up on Sunday, tear the house down. So Intercontinental Championship, a match I'm actually really looking forward to, because I want to see Jason Jordan's development. He's had some really good matches on Raw against Cena, Reigns, Balor. He's coming into his own a bit more. I think he's getting maybe a bit more confident, both in the ring and on the mic. Oh, for sure.
Him and Miz, Miz, I love anyway. Miz is a good wrestler. He's not like, I'm just trying to think, typically a lot of people are like, oh, I don't like the Miz, blah blah blah, he can't wrestle, and it's like, have you watched him?
Miz, like
Miz
I said,
can go.
He's improved loads over the years, because he is definitely, and I said, I've said it before, he's in his prime at the moment.
Yeah.
And there's no doubting that he can put it on good. And I think they've done well with Jordan, because they've had him do that whole big losing thing with
the big matches,
to show him off, to show that he can go, to show him impressive, and then they give him this big 5-way,
six-pack challenge,
and let him win it. And it's like, I think it worked as a way of getting him to see him as a viable competitor, one that can really
definitely
work. And I'm glad they've done that with him. I really like the. I did also really like Mrs. Promo as well, when he did on the whole angle, and
he's got that sort of passionate element about it. Miz, being of course very passionate and very brutal as well to Angle and Jordan. I liked on Raw when when Jason Jordan's music hit and he was sort of coming out, you know, he had that look on his face, he had that intensity. It was like, you know, I want to deck you. I'm going to deck you. I'm going to take that title.
Yeah, exactly.
Got to the ring then. They done their little thing. He just took the mic off Miz. I thought, yeah, nice touch. And I was like, say one more thing. I'm going to knock your teeth down your throat. There's that sense of, I think Miz is going to win because I think it might get to the.
Oh no, I agree.
The emotional thing, Jordan will get a bit too emotional, making him sloppy, and I think Miz will take advantage of that.
And you got to think,
the
Miz have got this he's got this reign going on at the moment, and you kind of need any win over him at the moment. I feel like it's gonna feel big.
Yeah.
I think Mark and Bochamino mentioned the other day he's now like the third longest combined reign days as champion. He beat the Honky Tonk Man as combined reigns.
Yeah, that's
days,
crazy.
Combined days of reign, which is great for him. Fair play.
Yeah, Miz deserves it.
He I love his Miz Intercontinental Championship Revenge Tour Redemption.
No, yeah, what was it? At first it was like the tour, then it was like the Redemption Tour, and then it was like some other tour.
But I'm happy for him to keep the belt for longer. So
same.
It's good for Jordan to really like I said, show himself on a pay-per-view match. You know, it's a big segment for him. So.
I'd say, Miz to win this one for a bit more development along the line, and then for Jordan maybe to take it in the next pay-per-view or so.
I agree. Yeah, I think Miz. I'd go with Miz as well.
Because I think in this scenario, they maybe need to do the whole Miz wins with the help of maybe Mizraj or however he wins. The next show then maybe similar circumstances for him to win on the third.
Stipulation because it's TLC.
TLC, the IC title usually is a ladder match. I don't know why to just associate a ladder match with a IC title match. Or
because the first ladder match was WrestleMania 10 with the Continental title, so it just it's become a staple for it really. Like that's like a match,
and especially that belt. It just looks good hanging above the ring like they done for Mania, the IC title match, ladder match.
Exactly.
But so you're going with Miz.
Yeah, I go. I struggle to see Jordan win it. Just yet.
We have the Cruiserweight Championship. So the king of the Cruiserweights, Neville, looking to defend against sadly not Akira Tozawa, Enzo Amore.
I don't even know how this is going to go.
I'm very I haven't seen Enzo too much in the ring, like actual match wrestling.
He's being beat up every time. So the way they've done it is they've made him look like he's got no chance.
Yeah, he's
which makes you think
cheated to win him, didn't he? Like he had the tights on one match and then in another he stole the pin or something.
Yeah, he stole the pin in the 5-way. So it's I mean they haven't done a bad job hyping it. Like I said, I did the promo on 2FL Live was good stuff.
Yeah, so, good match. Promo even.
So and then obviously they had the thing on Raw.
Enzo and then Braun
wrecked and Neville can't just laugh at him. So they've made Enzo definitely look like a big underdog, and I'm gonna say Enzo.
I'm going Neville. He's the king of the cruiserweights.
I mean, I want
the king of the cruiserweights
to keep it, but the way they've made Enzo out, I think there's a possibility he might win it on a whim.
There's a possibility.
In a weird circumstance. It's going to be shenanigans.
I just hope it's a solid match. That's my main hope for it. Yeah. Whoever wins, I would want Neville, but
I think
Enzo wins
Neville
and they develop something there.
And then Enzo doing something unexpected or something.
Yeah, Enzo does he do the eat defeat?
Yeah, he does that. Yeah. He does a jumping DDT off the second turnbuckle.
Yeah,
that's all I've ever known him to do. And head scissors every now and again.
3 moves, that's it.
Basically.
Right, then we have the what is now a fatal 5-way because Bailey returned
That
on Raw.
that really confused me.
That annoyed me, to be fair.
Because I didn't
Bailey's
see-
back. She now gets a title match.
Because I didn't see Emma at all on Raw.
Oh yeah.
Like, she didn't even come down for the whole thing. I'm just like,
No.
But I'm like, because that's why I got confused. It's like, surely this should be Emma. I thought
Yeah.
this was a 4-way, and I didn't even realize they added Bailey into the mix. I was like,
Yeah, they
fine,
literally
do what you want. Like,
they done the segment, Bailey returned, blah blah blah, and then they announced later on it would be a 5-way, and I was like, why? Like, from just not just a standpoint of why is Bailey in it? Because I don't mind Bailey. I like
it's
Bailey.
more a standpoint of why another multi-woman for me.
For me, it's she just returned. What has she done to her in that match?
No, I agree with
Story
that
wise,
as well.
like. There's no reason for us, like, storyline wise, to be in the match.
I definitely agree with that. She just doesn't.
But yeah, so you got the Goddess, Alexa Bliss, the Boss, Sasha Banks, the something Emma.
She's not like most girls now, Jack.
She's not like most girls, Nia Jax, and the Hugger, Bailey. Now, if I was going with a heart, my heart is split in 3. Bliss, Emma, Nia.
I'm honestly
Any of those for
going
me.
for Nia.
I love Emma.
I think Nia's gonna.
I love
Nia
Love
might
Nia.
actually win it. The way they've done it, because especially what happened on Raw when they had everyone gang up on her.
which they done at Mania as well.
I
in a
feel
4-way.
like this could be this dies there. I feel like she might actually win this, so I think I'm gonna go with Nia Jax.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go in and think this could be a good chance for it. Win the 5-way.
I think number 1 in my heart would be Nia.
Mm-hmm.
But in multi situations, they always gang up on her and they wreck her, which annoys the hell out of me. And I think it makes sense, but they wreck her and then it's like she got eliminated first in the
But this
Mania
one is an
and now-
elimination, which is the big.
unless they change it.
I don't think they will. I think they'll keep it.
So I'm just like, I hope Nia wins. I'm going to predict, Bliss is champ because she won it back off Banks like a week later.
Yeah, I mean, I think if anything, I'd just go with Bliss to retain afterwards. But I don't know. I think Nia
I'll
might
go
have
with a
chance.
sneaky heel retain. I will.
That seems fair. That would definitely be my I think that's more viable.
But I hope Nia wins.
I'm really on
prediction
board.
wise though. I hope this one.
In the way they've done it, I feel like Nia's got that chance.
Yeah, I'd love for Nia to win. Emma, as much as I love Emma, she ain't gonna win. There's just story.
She wasn't even on Raw. That tells you everything. How much
I think she tweeted after it. It was like,
she's literally just been pushed to the side for Bailey.
How have I deserved another contender or something like that? But
it's no good, really. It's
yeah.
really no good.
And they changed her music to something crap now. I
I
loved her old music.
heard it, so I don't know where
Her
it's
old
like.
music, where it was just like, what the hell is that?
That's her music.
Is it?
Hang on, wait a
I'll have
minute.
to listen to it.
I think I mixed hers and Bliss's together just then. Maybe.
You might have, and there was some Lana in there as well. I'm sure it
Yeah,
was.
I heard
I heard
some
some,
the sign of it.
but this is gonna. I'm not gonna let
I
this
was right. I was
turn
right.
into theme song wars.
There you go. It is
Right.
that. I knew I was on the ball.
I'm lost. Right,
Next
man
match.
versus man, not the demon, but just Finn Balor
Just man
versus
man.
Bray Wyatt.
But it's a god.
It's man versus man.
He's the destroyer. No, he's not the destroyer. Eater of wood.
Who won at some Demon won SummerSlam. Wyatt won the match before SummerSlam. I mean,
They didn't need to continue the feud, to be honest. And also
Yeah.
doing the whole man versus man.
I mean, from a psychological standpoint, yeah, I get the whole
Yeah,
idea
it's
behind
fine.
it, but
Am I that invested.
No.
Not really, to be honest. I'm over it. I was over it after SummerSlam. I was like,
I just like I like the idea of Goldust
I
wrestling
really
as
like
Dustin Rhodes.
that little thing as
That's
well.
the man
yeah.
versus man I want. But then they he had a bit of offense, and then Wyatt won.
Of course. So
Balor Wyatt, I'm just like
Balor's winning again. I'm just gonna put it out there.
this is another mind heart situation. My mind would be telling me Balor because they're pushing Balor and stuff, and Wyatt never wins. But my heart wants Wyatt to win, so
I'd like Wyatt to win,
Wyatt.
but I just think again. I mean, to be fair, they might give him the win, but
No, they need to give him
they need to
something,
give him a win.
and then
But then, like, what happens to Balor? They just don't know what they're doing.
they'll
with
just
him.
have
They're
another
just-
match.
Chair,
They just
chair
will.
match at TLC, ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen. There's your chair match.
Raw tag team titles on the line in a 1-team versus 1-team scenario, which should kind of be a triple threat with the club. But you have Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins versus Sheamus and Cesaro. Do.
Cesaro in the bar. I think Shield are keeping it.
Yeah.
There's too early
Yeah,
for
I
them to
think-
implode. So I feel like once they lose, they'll implode. So I feel like
I can imagine the tag scenario becoming a TLC match, maybe.
yeah, they could do something with that.
Or a ladder
honestly.
match, and then the IC title match would be a...
Tables match. They could do the tag team as a
Yeah.
table, to be fair.
Yeah, to be fair.
Or chair match. Tag team. I don't know a tag team chair match yet. Let's change
First
the game.
ever. I'm... Shield, Sheamus, Cesaro.
I need to see Shield. Let's keep it.
Yeah,
I-
I'm going Shield. Shield. Both going Shield. Right. Leads us to the two big ones.
The Mania-worthy matches.
The two Mania matches. Cena and Reigns.
Mm-hmm.
You know, big dog versus big man.
Super Cena.
Big Superman. I'm quite hyped for this match. Like, obviously, they're not both. The match itself, I
don't know how it's going to plan out. It's going to
they're just going to do the typical kind
I
of.
feel like if anyone's going to be in control, it'll be Reigns.
Yes.
Cena's not a control guy.
Reigns working the heel at the moment. Cena's 10.
Oh yeah, Reigns will have the jib on him in the beginning.
Yeah.
Then. It's definitely interesting. I'm looking forward to it. And
Reigns is winning.
interesting.
I say Reigns because they're building him up. I guess. They're trying to make him the.
I think.
Then they could be going for multiple matches. Who knows?
I think I agree with you there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think it makes sense.
Should I mark it down in permanent mark?
Do
And
it.
it's just wipe away marker, but
No, do it, Reigns. I think you're right there. He beat Taker at WrestleMania. That makes him OP now. So that's
he
why
has
I'm
that
doing Lesnar.
buff. He has that.
I mean,
perk.
Lesnar got the undefeated streak power, but he's got
Yeah.
the somewhat. He got the beat Taker at Mania power, which isn't as powerful, but it's still pretty powerful. You know what I mean?
Still, like Lesnar isn't the only one now, so it kind of broke Lesnar's
He's
little
done it.
perk a little bit.
Well, yeah, Lesnar's running out of his streak power.
Yeah.
He's like running.
And his Cena power, beating Cena in a easy fashion. It's that SummerSlam.
That was so. glorious.
16 suplexes. Long live the king. So yeah, we're both so far a couple of differences. 1, 2, 3 differences.
Mm-hmm.
Lesnar and Braun for the undisputed Universal Championship. The reigning, defending, undisputed Universal Champion of the World Universe and stuffs. Barack Lesnar versus the Monster Among Men. Strowman.
This is a tough one.
I'm 50-50, as I said about this. It's tough. I can see Braun as champion. I can see Lesnar walking out. I think it's one of those key things. Are they going to pull the trigger on Braun right now? Or are they going to wait? If Braun loses, do they have a rematch? If Braun wins, I think a rematch
I don't know
would
where
happen
they go
anyway.
from there. Where do they go after that?
TLC.
I guess
What match would they have? I think it's just probably a
if they
normal
even
match or a chain
if
match.
they even put Lesnar on TLC,
That's the
you
thing.
might not defend it then until Survivor Series.
Survivor Series.
The only people I could see being it is Cena or Reigns. Potentially Reigns. They might do Reigns, Lesnar, Survivor Series. I don't know.
Survivor Series they're billing now as one of their big four, so having Reigns Lesnar for the title.
Or they do Cena Lesnar because they haven't done that in a while.
True.
But then I think
Cena
Cena
Reigns.
wins for that time. It's a tough one, but then where do you go with Braun? I'm gonna go. I think they're gonna keep it on Lesnar. So I think.
You think Lesnar will be able to overcome the Monster Among Men?
I think they're gonna. Yeah, I think
Able
they're gonna
to overcome 2 table bumps and a table being landed on top of him.
Yeah.
Able to overcome everything. Well, he did against Joe, so I'm going Lesnar.
Yeah, I agree with you.
He's so far, like, his Joe match was very, he was getting tore up a bit. His SummerSlam match, he was getting tore the F up, and he still overcame. It was kind of the Joe one was very desperate at the end. The F5 managed to get a pinfall, fatal 4-way. Of course, it was very desperate because he got beat the hell out of.
He's losing the street power. It only works so long.
Braun is the most legitimate person to be able to throw Lesnar around and actually give him a pasting. If you don't know what pasting means, it means hiding. If you don't know what hiding means, it just means he's gonna get beat up.
Gonna lamp in one.
It's gonna lamp in one. If you don't know what gonna lamp in one means, it's gonna get one of these to the face.
Knuckles way.
Right, so yeah, pretty like I will get everyone else's predictions, of course, before the show, and try and keep the league going. So at the moment, quick refresher, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people in the league. Squire is in 7th place with 8 points. Jack then with 9 points in 6th place. Matt in 5th place with 11 points. 4th place is Josh with 18 points. 3rd place is JJ with 22 points. 2nd place is me with 27 points. And then 1st place currently is you with a big 3-0. Eric.
30 points.
The Hart man Hart.
30 points.
3-0. That's something. That's something.
That is something.
I need to have a look. Like, I don't know if I've still got it, like a document on my PC with all the matches, because I want to see I want to see a percentage then of how correct people have been, just to get a bit more figures in there.
3 points difference, and we got
potential 3 points there.
Exact things. So you've got the potential to pretty much catch up. No, you have to catch up.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I'm locked in with those. I'm locked in.
No, I agree. I'm locked in.
Sorted.
I don't want to change.
So yeah, that was the No Mercy predictions.
No mercy.
So, anything else? I think that's it.
R.I.P. Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Yeah, we heard about, of course, over the past week, Bobby the Brain Heenan passed away. Just very sad for the rest of the world. He delivered a ton of great moments. I never really watched him, but
without him, you wouldn't get a lot of the modern day WWE you see there, or even WWF wouldn't have been half as popular. You know, he was a big factor, big influence in that, and he, his presence, would be felt.
Watch some of his segments, and he's just captivating. He knows what
he does.
To say,
he's always quick-witted. He got a way of
humanoids.
And he was a great, just like heel and getting reactions from people. I think someone mentioned that there was like he in his hometown, like he lived. I think his hometown was like Oakland or something. and he's like, he would bill himself as from Beverly Hills, California, which would just get all the heat.
That's great. So yeah, our condolences to his family and I guess the entire history of WWE.
Thank you.
A lot is owed to that man. So yeah, thank you for joining us. If you like what you saw, don't forget to click on that little button, that like button, with the thumb up down below, down there. If you want to see some more content, subscribe to us and click on the little bell icons, because you'll get a notification each and every time we upload a video. You can join the Conquest in a number of different ways. You can support us on Patreon at patreon.com/join the Conquest. If you do so there, it will be greatly appreciated because it helps us grow and just keep on conquering. You can like us on Facebook at facebook.com/conquestcg. You can follow us on Twitter. Yes, it is follow on Twitter at run_conquest. All the other channels, including, because I keep forgetting to add it, the your review blog website. I need to get that down in the link below. We have an Instagram, we have a Twitch, we have a YouTube, because that's what you're watching us on right now. We have an editorial website for all the latest gaming and sometimes movie reviews.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, we're working on... My focus is trying to get a bit more written content up over the coming months, because it's just what I'm passionate about. I love doing gaming news and reviews, and you love your films. So we'll see how that goes. I've messed that up.
You have been the audience.
You have been the audience.
We have been no flips, just mics.
Almost.
What did I get wrong?
Almost. This has been No Flips, Just Mics.
We are No Flips, Just Mics.
I have been Rhys
There we go.
You have been Eric Hart. No, he's been Eric Hart. Damn it. And for joining, of course. You've been absolutely amazing. Thank you very much. We hope to see you next time on another episode of
No Flips, Just Mics.
All that's left to do is to ring the bell.